Hello everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 20 Week 4 BearCave. We are back a little later than I wanted to today, but still technically the AM over on the East Coast, so suck it. A lot of fun games in the sim though. We had Penn State go down, maybe not so fun for Coach Dave. Lost to Rutgers. Should be a fun one. We'll see what happens. Let me know if there is a bad echo. I'm trying a different little setup today. But this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim an open team, and build your way to a national championship. Links are in any of our descriptions. And if you want even more content from the SFA, check out patreon.com/SFA. We're moving to 2 watch parties each week. I'll put a post out about it tomorrow. But yeah, let's get on into it. Should be a fun slate here. Welcome in. We got Florida Man, Cam, Mills, Pizza. Coach Fi's here. So it should be a fun time. Alright, no one's talking about an echo, so we should be good. Alright, so let's jump on into the games. As always, this is BearCave, the 10 best games of the week. So the 10 best games of the week, and we'll jump in sim to the end. If it's no echo, sounds good. Okay, cool. Yeah, 30-0 for you, Coach Mike, Bob Toledo. I'm sure you're happy about it. All right, so we're going to start out with 2 surprising teams, Missouri and Louisville. Missouri started out really hot last year with Coach OK State, and Coach Calv last year was supposed to be the big year, but now this year he is 2-0. So, Coach Calv, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And let's see. Welcome in Coach Nathan. Trying to get my ducks in a row here. So Missouri is a 4-point favorite. So make sure you guys participate in the polls. Best way to earn channel points, which you can redeem for raffle tickets, which you can get an 80 overall player at the end of the season. So make sure you participate. Are you rocking with Missouri or are you rocking with Louisville? Very interesting game slate here today. We got the spoiler makers. We've got Boise State's undefeated Oregon State coming out of nowhere. And of course the Cyhawk game, probably the best matchup in the SFA as the world runs through the state of Iowa. Alright, so let's jump on in with Coach Calv, our friend from over the pond. Can he take down Decorian Thunder and Coach OK State? Oh, wow, OK State, he has the best offense and the second best defense so far through 2 games. I don't think I remember who they played. But this is Decorian Thunder's senior season, so Coach OK State's got to figure out a new quarterback situation. Yeah, definitely Rutgers winning was an upset today. All right, so we're going to go heads and kicks since Coach Calv is not here in the chat. All right, here we go. First BearCave game of the day. 7-0 here for Mizzou. 14-0 here early, of course. We never trust a 14-point lead in the SFA. Just ask Coach Cryo in watch party this week. And there it is, 17 unanswered in the second quarter. Like clockwork, 24-14. Missouri fighting back finally. What in the world is happening? So now a 6-point lead for Missouri, or for Louisville. We're going to go 1 play at a time here. And we'll go 1 more drive. And a fumble there from Missouri. They were driving down the field. It's 4th down, though. So they're going to get the ball back. Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark if the game is close. So here comes Mizzou. Decorian Thunder, 3rd and 9, 4th and 9. We can't jump in yet, and they have to punt. So here we go, 3rd and 6 for Louisville. A first down would practically end the game. The snap, dumps it off the screen pass, and they break them down. So Coach OK State will get his chance. The lefty Tyler Stevenson unable to get the first down. DeWillis Duck, the SFA player, brought down. 5-stream streak for Cam, heck yeah. The Beanie Babies are here. All right, so this is returnable. He dropped it. Oh, he got some speed off of it, though. 4 turnovers on the day for Missouri. That is their problem. Pizza also on a watch streak, heck yeah. All right, Decorian Thunder, the former Florida Gator. Yams that one to the right side, and that is a first down. Kent Lyles. So Decorian Thunder not having his best day of his career, but there's a chance to be the hero. These are the games you got to grind out if you want to be a top-tier team, as they cut up field, and Sean Bell gets nothing. Clock is ticking inside 2 minutes. Remember, guys, you also have a game day today. USC and Notre Dame. 4 to the left-hand side. 90 seconds left in this matchup. Decorian over the middle. It's caught. But they get 2 yards. They've got to get a touchdown here. Field goal will do no good. Clock continues to roll. Trips to the left-hand side. Rolls right. Yams left. Open man. What a throw. He catches it. Goes out of bounds. It's the freshman Taj Beamer, the SFA player. What a throw from Decorian Thunder. Cross body to the corner. He put that on a rope, and the drive continues. They go back to the screen. There goes Bell, and he can't get there. They're 8 yards away. Can Louisville hang on? Critical matchup here in the non-con, as they spike it. So 3rd and 8 coming up, 41 seconds. Time and on factor here for Mizzou. They've got 2 plays to score. Bunch set to the top of the screen. The snap. Thunder dumps that off, almost intercepted. So here we go. Game officially on the line. Decorian Thunder makes an adjustment. The snap. He has time. Dumps it off. He has to make it. He does. Touchdown, Missouri. Nobody in the middle. So the extra point to take the lead. How was nobody in the area? He just walked on in. But they gave Louisville too much time. 34 seconds, 3 timeouts. Can Louisville find a way? All they need is a field goal. Been a very back and forth game to open up BearCave, ranked on ranked game. So here we go, 3 wide. Motion man, that's Peyton Hodgson, the SFA player. They go back to the screen, and he's sacked. Jimmy Scott, his 2nd sack of the day, and the clock is ticking. I don't know why they're not taking their timeouts. Clock is ticking. Louisville pooping their pants here late. Oh, they're going. What are they doing? So many audibles. It's going to be the last play of the game. Tyler Stevenson yams it deep. It's caught. First down, Payne Hodgson, but the game is over. Too busy audibling to snap the ball. I don't think that was an end-of-game bug. I think that was them being idiots and audibling twice. Why would they audible? It's historically anytime you get a sack, they're not going to use the timeout. They'll hurry it up. All right, 28-27 is the final. So that is a Missouri no cover to start the day. What a game here in Columbia. The funny thing is that those audibles worked and he completed it for the first down. So an easy win here. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but a no cover at least. Congrats to OK State. He stays undefeated for the second year in a row. So look at the scoring summary here. It was Mizzou early on. Tyler Stevenson, 300 yards and a touchdown. DeWilla Stuck, the SFA player, 142 and a score. Brian Gay went for 153. SFA player Johan Boyce had 65. And Mazzara had a touchdown, both SFA freshmen. On defense, 2 TFLs for Dotson, the sack, 2 interceptions for Ziegler, 1 for Buffy DeVito, the SFA player. 4 deflections, the fumble for Ziegler. He had a monster game. He might be NCAA player of the week. DeCorian Thunder, 278, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and Sean Bell ran 1 in. He also caught 2. Taj Beamer caught the other. On defense, Eugene Oliver had 4 TFLs and 13 tackles, 2 sacks for Jimmy Scott, no picks, 3 deflections, the fumble for Eugene. He also had a big day. So as always, let's get our players of the game, and then we'll get on into the next one. So scoring at home, that's a Missouri no cover. So the 19% of you guys who rode with Louisville, congratulations. You're joining Moon in the Bald Club. Are you shaving your head or are you just letting it go, Keith? All right, next up, we are headed to the Big Ten for the Spoiler Makers. Can they do it again? 3-0 Nebraska with Nuke Jennings somehow getting himself into the Heisman conversation. Can Coach Elvis shock the world 2 weeks in a row? Are you going with Nebraska, who's a 12-point favorite, or are you rocking with the Spoiler Makers? Can the Spoiler Makers get it done? Elvis, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, and if you want special uniforms. Miss Key is shaving it. All right, I respect it. You know, Moon hangs on to the hair. That's the problem. That's when it's funny. If you just embrace it and you shave the head, you're fine. All right. I don't see Elvis here, so we're gonna jump aboard the Spoiler Makers, who upset Iowa last week. Can they now do it to Nebraska ball? They have the 3rd best offense in the country so far. That's not what my camera roll says, Moon. And that's not what the dog kids say. Bark, bark, bark. Dad is bald. Bark, bark, bark. Sorry, I should leave the dog kids out of it. All right, here we go. Purdue and Nebraska ball. Does Coach Zach have another big-time team? Oh, no, it's the Spoiler Makers early. 14-0 for Coach Elvis. Can he do it back-to-back weeks? He gets a safety. Oh, my goodness. A 9-point lead as we enter the second half. The Spoiler Makers are here. It's 26-24 as we enter the final quarter. Nebraska, no. Oh my gosh. Come on, we're going to go one play at a time the rest of the way. Purdue has the ball. A touchdown could end it. Oh my goodness. But the extra point's no good. Oh, Ernesto Fierro, the SFA player, doinks the extra point, keeping it an 8-point game. He just pooped his pants in the biggest moment. Nebraska was bailed. It's 4th and 13. They've got to go for it. And they punt. Nuke Jennings is punting. Maybe he just did a pooch kick or something. A fumble! It's Drumstick, the SFA player. Purdue is pooping their pants. 1st and goal. We're jumping in. What is Purdue doing? Nuke Jennings, touchdown! Nuke gets in. They're 2 points away. 32-30 to tie the game. Motion man, handoff, and he got in there. We are tied at 32. Purdue had the chance to go up 9. They missed the extra point. Then they fumble the ball. And now Sid Huckins needs a miracle. Come on, Elvis. Settle in. Ice in their veins. Come on, Sid. Sid Huckins dumps that off to Takario Ferret. There he is. He had the game winner in overtime. The SFA freshman. Second and 4. The throw from Sid Huckins. He has time. Throws it away. He's had a good day today. 32-32, number 10 on the ropes. You do not want to give the ball back to Nuke Jennings. Looks like we have at least another no cover coming up. Floats that. Oh, he missed his man. The mistakes are piling up here for the Spoiler Makers. Missed extra point, a fumble, a missed 3rd down conversion, and Nebraska has the chance to win the football game. So here we go. Nuke Jennings, Dakota Jumping Bull have the chance. Delayed give here to the running back. Derek White gets 3. This Purdue defense is going to have to stand on their head. Empty set here. Jumping bull, top of the screen. Off the edge, free rusher. He throws a floaty. First down, Nebraska. Free rusher off the edge. It does not matter. And Lee Riley gets his first catch of the ball game. Nuke Jennings, folks. They're across the 50 now. 57 seconds in a dream. And this time he goes down. Junior Adams with the sack. So they hurry it up, of course, after the sack. And now they're going to run clock. Come on, Nebraska. So getting a sack on these final drives really, really helps you out. 32-32. Nuke Jennings just dumps it off. This time they'll call their timeout. One for 9 on third down today for Nebraska. They could get into field goal range here with about 20 yards. Nuke Jennings dumps that off. Pass to break the tackle. He does. He stiffens a man. First down. Is that enough to bring out the field goal unit? No. But they're going to give it a shot here. They're going to throw it as far as they can. They have Dakota jumping bull. The snap. Nebraska yams it deep and tipped away. And for the second week in a row as a 12-point underdog, Purdue is going to OT. So Nebraska gets the ball first. They both had chances to win the game. They both couldn't do it. Sack here for Derek White. He gets 4. 32 all. Can the defense hold for Purdue? They did against Iowa. Motion out wide. Has his time, dumps it off. First down. He lined up the big hit, but he gave up the first. No fumble. So 12 yards away. Can Nebraska bail themselves out? The snap. Nuke Jennings takes off. He has a little bit of room. He falls forward for 8. Nuke Jennings not really known for his speed. So 2nd and 2. They once again are going wide. Nuke floats it. Caught by Dakota jumping bull. On your dome. On the head top of Garland Singer, the Team of the Year corner from last year. That might be the first time I've ever seen a jump ball specialist actually do it. Dakota jumping ball, baby. All right, first down now for Purdue. They need a score to keep themselves in the game. It's a toss left here. Tremor, and he will get around the corner. Gets about 3. Tariq Tremor, they have a 3-headed monster here on offense. Down by 7. They've led for pretty much the whole game. Sid Huckins rolls right, and oh, he's sacked! It's not looking good here for the Boilermakers. They had their chances. but they've just not been able to put the Cornhuskers away. 3 wide. The snap over the middle, caught. This is going to make it a more manageable 4th down. So here we go, game on the line. 4th and 8, bunch set, bottom of the screen. Huckins with the snap, they need 8. Over the middle, caught, touchdown, Purdue! To Cariel Ferret! Oh, baby! And they'll kick the extra point here. $39-39. Ernesto Fierro hits that one. So flip the field. Purdue has the ball. Double OT. Tremor gets himself 9. Purdue not backing down. What a game here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Offset eye. And now we get a false start. So the mistakes just keep piling up for Purdue. They probably should have won this game in regulation.
Still second down.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
2 tight end set. Huckins has his time. Dumps that off short side, and it'll be 3rd and long.
No gain on the play.
3rd and 7.
3 down. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Can Huckins do it again? He has the time. He steps up, dumps it off. Ferret can't get there. So decision time now for Elvis. Does he kick the field goal or does he go for it? They bring out Ernesto Fierro. 35 yards from left hash. He mixed the extra point to go up 9. And it's good. Huge kick for Ernesto. So a touchdown wins the game for Nebraska. Hand off to White. He gets a nice carry. Shrugs off a man. Gets 12. Touchdown wins it. Field goal ties it. Anything else, and Purdue spoils the corn. Safety coming down. Hand off again. Up the gut. He's almost there. 5 yards away from victory. Second and 3. The snap. Nuke floats it to the edge. He goes down. Incredible defense there from Purdue. 3rd and 4 to win the game. Nuke drops back, dumps it off, and first down. They call him short of the end zone. They still have a chance. They're on the edge. To walk it off for Nebraska. No, he's short again. Purdue hanging on by the skin of their teeth. He actually lost yardage on there. They're 2 inches away. 2nd and goal to win the game. Motion man. Nuke takes it himself. He's short. There's no way Purdue does it. There's just no way. They're now 2 yards from Valhalla. Nuke in shotgun. What is the call? It's a keeper. Nuki short a third time. The goal line stand for Purdue. They had 4 chances from the inch. And Purdue stands on their head. And we are going to third OT. So now Nebraska will try again. What a hold for Purdue. Nuke yams it in. Oh, what a catch. That looked very pickable. But Douglas reels it in 11 yards away. Jumping bowl, bottom of your screen. Nuke rolls right. He yams to the end zone. Caught! Tiptoeing in his Jordans. They take the lead. And they're going for 2 because they have to now. Remember, third OT, it's old overtime rules. They've got to go for 2. Nuke Jennings has time. Yams it. Caught! They are up 8. 50-42. So Purdue now has to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion. Sid Huckins, they've been off the field for a while. He floats in and oh, the receiver just lost the ball. He was open. What was he doing? He must have just lost it in the lights. Second and 10. Tremor trying to navigate traffic, gets maybe 1. Unreal luck there for Coach Elvis with the receiver losing it in the lights. Now it's 3rd and a million. Shotgun set. Purdue catches it. It's 4th down again. Game on the line. Last time they scored. Game on the line for the Spoilermakers. Triple OT. The snap. Huckins steps up. He has to yam and he breaks the sack. He does to the end zone. Incomplete. Cortland Holvik tips it away. And Nebraska survives. What an effort from Sid Huckins at the end. But Nuke Jennings was just a little bit too much. So we have back-to-back no covers to start the day. What a game. Purdue probably should have put them away in regulation, but they just couldn't hold them off. What a catch from Dakota Jumping Bowl. Yeah, Cortland Holvik, though, he's just way too big. The LSU transfer. No way he was not catching that jump ball, especially against number 12. If it was fair, he may have had a chance, but that number 12 is the guy who screwed the pooch on the earlier throw. What a game. What a start. We've had 2 bangers. We're 2 games in. Well, 34 minutes. Might be a very long game day here. So we'll check the stats. How was that worse than the Missouri game? They were number 4. So Jumping Bull had a couple of scores. So triple OT elite game. Sid Huckins, 22-40, 312, 2 touchdowns. Purdue has arrived, folks. Purdue is no longer an easy game. 3 touchdowns for Tremor. 10 for 145 for Ferret. Moss Blossom, 6 pancakes. 4 TFLs for Thorne Lysander, the freshman. So all the freshmen really being impactful. He also got a sack. No picks. The deflection and no fumbles. But how about Nuke Jennings, the sophomore? Another 5 touchdown performance, 418 yards. This dude is squarely in the Heisman race now with 6 total touchdowns. They avoid the upset. Loquan Drumstick, the SFA player, had 15 tackles, 3 TFLs. He also had a sack. No interceptions. 4 deflections. Cortland Holvik got the one at the end. And Loquan Drumstick got the critical one to tie the game late. Unbelievable game. Nebraska 50, Purdue 42 in triple OT. So this is a Nebraska no cover, and we have all SFA players as players of the game here. That's what you love to see. All right, so back-to-back banger games. Now we go to Boise State and Texas A&M, where Austin Vega got benched for Ray Mashburn. All right, so Coach Haydoon, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive, and also if you want special jerseys. Dune's still trucking along. Yeah, he's more of a business only guy. He shows up for the Brother Bowl though. So are you going with Boise State, who's a 10-point underdog, or TAMU, who is a 10-point favorite? I accidentally flipped them this time, so make sure to check before you click. Mango. I do see Mango, so Mango, let me know, kick or receive. Mango likes to receive meows. Can we get some meows in the chat for Florida Man? Instead of getting like W's in the chat, I'm gonna ask for meows in the chat. We got a sub from Wind, 36 months. Heck yeah, brother. It's been a long, long time. 3 years, right? That's 3 years. Thank you, Wind. All right, let's jump in with A&M. Thank you, Cam. Oh no, I didn't even know they had those guys in the game. Oh my god. Aura just went to 0 here at Kyle Field. They have those yell leaders on the sideline. All right, A&M wants to receive. Julian Bexley is their quarterback. 1-2 start against the mighty Boise State Broncos and Major Pibb. 10-6 start here for Boise, but they're knocking on the door, and they score. All right, end of the half, we're going back and forth. A&M has the lead. We've got an absolute banger brewing. Texas A&M now covering. Oh, they take a couple score. Oh my God, A&M came out on fire, 28 unanswered. It's like watching Bama and Kent State all over again. 58! I don't know what happened to Boise in that third quarter. 65! Julian Bexley! Do I hear 70? No, but 65? That is a cover for Texas A&M. Holy Toledo. Yeah, talk about a halftime performance, or a halftime talk. For 28 unanswered here. I mean, no, it was actually 38 unanswered. From Boise, come on. They've just got spanked. Julian Bexley threw it 54 times. He had 6'11", 8 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. What in the world? Rain Mashburn only carried it 8 times. 3 guys over 144. Thurl Slockbauer, I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach. He should be in Madison. Ben Ferguson, 10 tackles. Are we putting Bexley in the Heisman combo, folks? Interceptions here. Major Pibb threw it 51 times as well. He had 387, 2 touchdowns. I thought maybe he got injured there in the third quarter, and that's why the game was so lopsided. T-Bone had 120. I think it was Thursday night. Blazing. Chucky Clapper, 14 tackles, 2 TFLs for Hardy, the sack for Clapper, 2 picks, 3 deflections. Uh-oh, Pizza. The pickle is trembling at the sight of Texas A&M. So what a day for Bexley. Forget Player of the Week for Nuke Jennings. Bexley is here. So this is a Texas A&M cover by a million. Did I already pay you guys out? No, I did not. So 47% of the money was on the cover. So another nice payout. All right, why am I catching strays? Yeah, the A&M had just absolutely smoked the meat right off that Bronco. All right, Oregon State and Stanford now. So we got Coach Wind and Coach KJ. KJ, let me know if you want any special jerseys or heads and tails kick or receive. Wind, let me know about jerseys if you're here, bud. This is a 13-point favorite for Stanford. Can Oregon State also do it again? They've been in every single game. They took out Texas last week. Killed D-Sleep in the process. Yeah, that's why it's crazy that Oregon State has been playing so well. They're only a 75 overall. That's why they're making stream. We got to see what's going on. Stanford should be a title contender this year, but instead they're playing around with their beaver. All right, here we go. I don't see anything from either coach, so we're just going to jump on in. Oregon State versus Stanford. Stanford not having the best start to the season, but they are among the favorites in the Pac-12. They have DeQuinton Sims and company, of course. Corey Light. Namari Dill. So heads and kick here for KJ. Yeah. I feel you, Wind. All right, here we go. Next quarter, quick strike for Oregon State. They're doing it again. Stanford, though, they tied the game up. Stanford takes the lead. The defense, after the big mistake, seems to have settled in here as no score since. So 14-7 as we enter the second half. Oregon State's got to find the offense. It's completely sputtered out as we head to the fourth quarter. Stanford takes a 2-score lead. Oregon State on the ropes. They score again. Corey Light is sacked. 3rd and 7. They get a big first down to Perkins. We go back to back. Another first down. So this is where we jump in at the 2-minute mark. Stanford can win the game with a couple first downs here. They're going to just run the clock. 17-14. Corey Light, they're bringing the blitz. They get there. What a sack. He flew around the edge. They didn't tell us who that was, but the speed off the edge was incredible. So 3rd and 5. They'll hand it off to DeQuinton Sims, and he gets the first. What a cut from the former #1 recruit. And that may have just won the game. I think Oregon technically can get the ball back with like 10 seconds here. Hand off to Quentin Sims, and he goes up the gut. Yeah, they'll be able to get the ball with like 10 seconds left if they get 2 stops here. Hand off, and DeQuinn almost gets the first. They're 1 yard away for another victory. Get back to 500. Remember, these conference games are what is most important. Got to get that auto bid. Blue rare steak? What does that even mean? 3rd and 1. Game on the line. Come on, do not let Corey Light throw this ball. Just play it easy, play it simple, hand it to Sims. Hand off, Sims to the outside. He gets it with ease. Wait, it depends on the spot, and they give it to him. Oregon State is pissed. So another no cover. That's 3 of our 4 games have been no covers to start the day. So none of the teams actually have been upset outside of Boise, but holy Toledo. And that will end the game. Another tight one. And Stanford survives. Critical win for Coach Wind. And 11% of the money went on Oregon State covering. But luckily, Wind, it's non-conference, so it really doesn't kill you too bad. But 3 sacks for Michael Leonard. I always ask for medium rare, but like I like sushi and stuff, so like super rare steak like beef tartare, I'm sure I wouldn't hate. I've never had it though. But I'm not like weird about raw. I don't know, beef might be different, I'm not sure. All right. We are slowly progressing through Oregon State, Stanford. Not much to look at here. It was a 68-yard run for Nichols, the SFA player. Kavion Combs, a 50%, 184, 1 touchdown. Nichols had 140 on the ground. He also is their leading receiver. Gardana, 10 tackles, 4 TFLs for Johnson, 3 sacks. Like, they played well enough. They only gave up 17 points. This is a good team. So, maybe we're seeing a shift in how good some of these programs are. Like, some of these newer users are starting to get their teams to new heights, I guess you could say. Leonard had 3 TFLs, 3 sacks. No interceptions. 4 deflections. The fumble for Antonio Hobbs. All right, I don't check my DMs during stream blazing, but I'll look later. So to Quentin Sims and Cash Nichols. Yeah, screw quarterbacks throwing for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns. We want to see running backs as players of the game. So Stanford with the no cover. And we move on to Michigan and Texas Tech. No spread on this game, but Michigan has kind of been pooping their pants this year under their new coach. Kennelly, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive with jerseys. And Pizza, let me know what jersey you want. I know you're here. And this is just a pick'em game. Who do you guys think wins? Who wins? Are you rocking with Michigan? Or are you rocking with Tech? Get those Bobanos in. Regular home for Coach Pizza. All right, I don't see Kennelly, so yeah, we might jump aboard the pizza train. All right, here we go. Been some growing pains here for Michigan with Kareem McDara, the freshman quarterback. But of course, they are facing the pickle, so anything can happen. This is a team that notoriously plays down to their competition or up. And we are here in Lubbock. Tommy Torpedo, the like 800K man. All right, here we go. Critical non-conference action, Big 12 versus Big 10. Michigan replies. The big thing for Michigan is their pass defense. Can it stand up to Pickle? No, it doesn't look like it early. 24-7 Michigan. Oh my God, 31-7 Michigan. Michigan is just... Oh no, this is a splatter. There's Wolverine all over the field. They're kind of hanging in there, I guess, but not really. 44-14, it's officially a splatter. Yikes, Kennelly dreaming of Conrad Gatterbum. Kareem Mack dump. 51-14, it's just not even close. By golly, Texas Tech outright victory. What are you doing if you picked Michigan? Call the hotline. So as you look here, Halaban gets into the end zone, Bolt gets into the end zone, and Burton. So the big three all score. Pickleman throws for 5 touchdowns, 447. Roro gets 46 yards. Burton goes for 184. Bolt. Halaban only had 66 yards. Wilkerson, 11 tackles. Kramer had 3 TFLs. They had 2 total sacks. Interception for Delmar Wyckoff. Oh my God, you're letting that guy stunt on you? Yikes. Michigan's just bad this year. Kareem McDara, 20 for 52, 253, 2 touchdowns. The freshman not having the best start to a career. Brian Miller goes for over 100. Vader Van Voort having a good day. Couple of TFLs, 2 sacks for Parham. No interceptions. 4 deflections, and that will do it. Michigan dreaming of conference play right now. Remember, if you win your conference, it don't matter what you did against these other teams. But Michigan likely not winning their conference, especially when you got big old Purdue. All right, so this is Texas Tech outright. And now to a very intriguing game, the Patreon Game of the Week. And you'd think, why on earth are we watching Illinois and Northern Illinois? Like, what are we watching? Well, guess what? Northern Illinois beats Purdue. Purdue is a wagon, okay? And then secondly, Illinois loses their quarterback, Van Lawford, and they score 7 points against Army last week to win in a scoregami game, 7-6. So then he has to burn the red shirt of his backup quarterback and he is now starting. So we burnt a red shirt, starting against NIU, a team that beat Purdue. So this is a game. It's an in-state rivalry. It's a 10-point favorite for Illinois. This is a banger of a game. Can Coach Yumilk bring it home? Can he take down the Beanie Babies? Get your predictions in. Cam, let me know. Jerseys, heads or tails, kick or receive. All right, Cam. Are you going to ask for jerseys or no? I'll take all orange with white pants. Okay. And Cam wants to receive head. So here we go. Can Mac Nation or Maction take down Illinois? 3-0. By the way, Malik Phillips, though, not hurt. So this could just be a Malik Phillips masterclass where he just runs all over your face. Oh, no. Terrible jersey matchup. Red versus orange. Oh, no. If this game goes to live, I'm not going to be able to even see it. I'll have to be looking at the pants exclusively. So here we go. Oh, he wants to receive. Oh! And then they chose receive. I'm sorry, Cam. I accidentally picked defend left. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. And then they had the audacity to receive. Please. Oh, no. But now there's no score. Okay, Illinois scores. Northern Illinois gets 3. 14-3. Looking okay. 21-3. Okay. It's out of... I was going to say if they lost because of that. Oh, boy. Defend left. 24-3. 31-3. The defense might actually be amazing because they held Army to 6 last week, and then Army put up 59 on Hawaii, and now Northern Illinois has only scored 3. And their quarterback, Lance, keeps throwing picks. Oh, my God. T. Young, 95 yards. So this is a splatter. We'll just sim to the end of the game here. 45-3. Whew. That's our second cover of the day. Yeah, I guess defend left is the move. Not a bad day from Kelly. What? They're calling it a 110-yard pass? What? It was 95, but that's hilarious. The longest pass in SFA history by Lance Kelly, the freshman. 349, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Malik Phillips, 109. Carlos James. And then, yeah, okay, so the stats recorded correctly. It was a running back, Terrence Young, who had a 95-yarder. And look at him. Edwin Caruso, baby, my king. 3 TFLs and 2 sacks for the Big Ed. Oh, yeah, baby. The bust is cooking. Lindell Harper gets a pick. Cam almost quit the server after he got the bust. And Tim O'Connell, not a good day. Well below Concepcion line. He ran the ball, was their leading rusher. Not a good day for Coach Yumilk. Kellen Love, 12 tackles, 3 TFLs, no sacks. They did pick off the youngster a couple of times, Bill Blanco and Dion Moss. Deflection. And 45-3 is the final. Illinois might be good this year. If they can, not take some critical losses with Van Lawford on the shelf, they could be a really good team. Or Lance Kelly could just be the next Chad Barber. So here we are, Illinois with the cover. And now it's the great time of the week where I'm not on stream, but I always sim my game live so that you guys can make sure I'm not cheating the system. And we are headed on our MAC tour to a very tough MAC team, Western Michigan. So can the baddies go to 3-1? Yes, we do. Bang! So let me just get my screenshots. So 3-1 Wisconsin, headed into the bye. I'll take it. Always have to go out and back in. So you guys can kind of see just how I get my screenshots here. And then our players of the game. Day Night is the player of the game. Bang, bang, bang. And while we're here, let's just see how Archer Gammon cooked. 50 yards. Okay, enough of that. Archer Gammon not having the best start. All right. Next up was now we're headed to Northwestern and Arkansas. So Dogwater, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. And let me know jerseys. Coach Keat, let me know jerseys. And if you're here, Keat, let me know kick or receive or defend left. All right, so this is a 14-point favorite here for Arkansas. But remember, they lost it on the goal line last week to mighty Kent State. So who do you got? Fat Boy versus Bald Boy. Meat Mountain versus Bald Mountain. Bubble Neck versus Bald Neck. The Holmes? Okay. Alright, well, Keith, do you want kick or receive? Because I don't see Dogwater here today. So we'll jump on board with the Razorbacks. All right, here we go. Northwestern and Arkansas. Both took very tough final second losses in the red zone last week. Danny Omaha threw the pick on the goal line, and Sir Sproutburger turned it over in the red zone with a chance to win the game. Arkansas still top 10, though. Still have everything in front of them. Among the favorites here this season in the SEC. And they want to receive. All right, here we go. Down in Fayetteville, home of Walmart HQ, Arkansas takes a 7-point lead, or 7-3 lead. As we go to the second quarter, Northwestern is scoring. They're hanging in there. And Arkansas takes the lead before the break. 2 scores here, Northwestern. No, they throw a pick six or something. That was a long, and another long one. Dier Rado. So a splattering is occurring here in the non-con. Northwestern trying to stay in the race here. 42-17, my God. 42-24. And that will do it. Can they make the score look a little bit better? No, they can't. So Arkansas wins and covers. 49-24. Taking it out on the Wildcats. So Dier Rado had a big day. Oh, it was a 97-yard run for Dier. Proving more to Coach Keat. He should have ran the ball on the goal line. Omaha had 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Oh my God! Dier Rado! 337 on his forehead. How could I not run on Northwestern last week? What is with these performances? Who gets player of the week? Is it going to be Rado or Julian Bexley now? 4 touchdowns. My God, what a game for Dier. 3 sacks for the defense. The pick for Corey Huggins, the SFA player. The fumble for Bork Buns. He got a fumble recovery on a kickoff or something. Sir Sproutley had 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. He went for 303. Dash went over 100 yards. Luke Williams had 2 scores. Shay Sean got himself 1. Wasn't a bad offensive day, just the defense couldn't stop the run. Goonberg couldn't get a sack. He did get some TFLs, though. Marcus Jackson with a pick. And no fumbles. It was a really entertaining game, Zach. You guys should not have won. You should go watch it. It was a really, really fun game. Triple OT classic. All right, so Arkansas with a cover here. As we continue on, only a few more games left. I think that might have broken the record for most rushing yards in a game, potentially. So UNC and Miami. Can UNC and Parker Towns continue their great start to the season against Coach Eisen? Coach Eisen, if you're here, let me know. Kick or receive, and if you want jerseys. This is a UNC 2.5-point favorite. Miami at home is a tough cookie. Sycamore Crowdis, of course, their quarterback still. Somehow Miami is a better overall than UNC this year. So get those Bobanos in. Your Laxus Brow, if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Get some Drake London action. Remember, we got USC Notre Dame game day coming up. So here we go, UNC and Miami. So we'll just go heads and kick. Can UNC stay undefeated here? This would be a critical win for Miami as they are in the harder division. UNC starts with a score. Parker Towns cooking. Second quarter. Miami ties it up. Miami not going away here. 14-7. 21-7 now. 21-14. Miami hanging in there. They can't tie the game. They were driving down 2. So fourth quarter down by 10. They've got to punch it in, and they can't. So still a 10-point game here with 6 minutes left. And a fumble recovery from Urban Gallo, the SFA player. They are holding the line on defense. They finally score. It's a 3-point game. We'll see. We'll have to jump in here. Interception! Parker Towns throws it away. So Miami now has their chance, down by 3. Sycamore Crowdis, the quick throw on the screen, and he gets a couple. UNC's defense has to hold yet again, as Parker Towns threw a critical interception. Hand off, Sycamore Crowdis. He keeps it, and he is short.
No gain. Third down.
Kevin McLeod on the tackle. 3rd and 8. Split backs here for the Hurricanes. It's another screen. He gets it off. He turns upfield. It's got a convoy. And Tone Espinoza for 19. The drive continues. They're in field goal range now. Split backs for the Hurricane. Cannot believe the screen worked. There goes Sycamore now. UNC on the ropes, number 2 in the nation. They'll call a timeout here. Four wide. Touchdown would probably win the game. Dumps that off. First down. And now UNC on the ropes. We're going to have to see a legacy drive from Parker Towns. Delayed handoff, and he gets 3. Clock is running. Not much of an issue here for Miami, as they'll just hurry it up. They are going to spike it, though. Interesting decision. They just wasted a down. So now 3rd and 7. They'll probably have to kick the field goal if they don't get this. They're 6 of 16 today. Can UNC hold? Coach Eisen, Sycamore Crowdis, the snap. He rolls left, Yams right, wide open, man. That's going to be a touchdown for Miami. Nobody saw him. Unreal play call for Miami. 28-24. And now UNC is on the ropes. 38 seconds in a dream. They need a touchdown. Parker Towns, he threw a critical interception on the last drive. Can he come back and win the game? Check, 38 seconds, 3 timeouts, trips to the right-hand side. Let's give you a screen to Ho-Ho again, and he goes down instantly. They snuffed out the screen to the big boy. They're going to need to get some big yams. Tyrone Gary, top of your screen. Parker Towns, the snap. They bring the blitz. He yams in, and it's caught by Tyrone Gary. But they're not really moving the ball. They've got to get into yam range here. They need about 15 yards to get into yam range. Empty set for Parker Towns. 30 seconds left. Corner blitz. Throws it open, man. And first down for Tyrone Gary. They'll hurry it up now. Empty set. The snap. Another dump off for Parker. They can't get out of bounds. Clock is running. They got to hurry it up now. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, go, go. They might be able to get 2 plays out of this. And yeah, they'll have 2 plays. So 2 yams to the end zone. We'll see what they decide to do here. 53 yards away. Parker Towns the snap. He sets. He yams it deep left side, and it is incomplete. But there's 2 seconds left on the clock. It looked like it had a chance. Two seconds left. Number 2 on the ropes. Parker Towns drops back. He has time. He yams it deep. Left side, tipped away. Miami wins the game. That is a Miami outright. What a day for Sycamore Crowdis. And this day just keeps getting weirder. We have 2 more games left in the BearCave slate. (28-24) is your final, so UNC loses here. That kind of brings Maryland back into the fold in the division. Nice tip away there. Lucky that didn't tip up for Tyrone Gary. Luckily it hit the shoulder pad. Alright, come on now. Look at Tyrone Gary. Elite Philip Gardasani. Alright. Number 2, we're getting all sorts of ESPN classics here. You know, I don't know why that's number 2. But Parker Towns, 332, 2 touchdowns and a pick. No running the ball here for some of these teams. Tony Key had 14 tackles. Sack for Chayton Birdbear. No interceptions. 1 deflection and the fumble for McLeod and Gallo both recovered them. And for Sycamore Crowdis, 287, 3 touchdowns for him, 100 yards for Nichols. He also caught the game winner. He had another one as well. TFLs, 2 for Nathan Mason. Pick for Willie Martinez. 5 deflections and no fumbles, but Miami gets a massive conference victory, cross-divisional game. And now we go down to the SEC. All right. So this is a Miami outright victory. Pay you guys out. 61% of you guys are rocking with Miami, shockingly. All right, 2 games left. Tennessee at Florida. Nick versus Tribe. Let me know if either of you guys are here. Let me know jerseys and heads or tails, kick or receive. The best team on paper this year has struggled, to say the least, for Florida. They are -7 favorites here. Tennessee may be having a down year. Tribe has owned Nick as well since he's taken over. I think he's 3-0. So get those Bobinas in. Is Tennessee and Coach Nick going to shock Coach Tribe here? Coach Tribe did a playbook change, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. We'll see what happens. John Wobble's not as good as he used to be, potentially. But all the aura can change in the blink of an eye if they win on the road in the Swamp. We got Hendon Hooker. And Wobble's channel is Inner Hooker. 101st scoring offense so far. That is not ideal for Tennessee. And for Florida, they are the 6th best offense, but their defense has been booty cheeks. So what's going to give here? We're in the Swamp. I don't see Nick, so it's going to be heads and kick. Florida wins the toss. Here we go. Florida versus Tennessee. A quick strike for Tennessee, but they give up a touchdown. Second quarter, Florida takes a 7-point lead. Florida's living on the offensive side, but Tennessee responds. It's 10-10 at the break. We got a good game brewing. Tennessee takes the lead. Florida unable to score. It's 6 points. We go to the 4th quarter. Florida on the ropes. They can't score. A long drive. They're up 2 scores now. So now Florida has to respond. And it's 4th down again, and they turn it over. We can't jump in. Tennessee! Tennessee is up 12 here. Florida's got to get a quick score. It's 4th and 10. And that's going to do it. 22-10 Florida. Unimaginable. $10 points at home. So Tennessee takes them down. Juan Pablo Antonello, and all we had was 4 field goals in the second half. Florida, what has happened? Wobbles goes for 236 and a score. Like, not much offense for either team here. 2 TFLs for Josh Smart. No sacks on the day, but 2 picks for Air Figgins, the SFA player. And no fumbles. And for Florida, what in the world? Tremblay, 50% completion, 210 yards, and 2 interceptions. Rush Kinghorn went for 157, but that does not matter when you are just pooping your pants. Ladarius Quanswamp, 5 TFLs. No sacks, no interceptions. Some deflections, but no fumbles. Just a bad day for Florida. They are 1-3. Oh, Florida. What is happening to coach? They're the best team in the country on paper. What is happening? I don't think I've ever seen the best team in the country play like this. Them in Alabama. What is happening? So Tennessee with the outright. And now, folks, it is time. The game of all games. If there's one rivalry in SFA history, if you just watched it, you would get the vibe of the SFA, it would be the Cy-Hawk game. It's normally game day, but they both already had game days. We had New Heights Classic for Iowa, and then Iowa State, of course, played, I think it was UNC. So, Cy-Hawk game on BearCave. The SFA runs through the state of Iowa. Spoon is in Iowa, coming out as a recruit this season. So can Jarkus knock off the Cy-Hawk? It was a look-ahead spot with the spoiler makers. So Jarkus, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. It's a 2-point favorite here for Iowa State. The 3-time, the back-to-back-to-back. On, is it 3 points or 2? It's 2 points. Back-to-back-to-back Big Ten champs. Take on our season 17 national champs. Welcome in Connor Canes. Or Connor Cans. Tails in kick for Coach Jarkus. This is the BearCave main event. And then we have USC Notre Dame for our game day coming up a little later. So here we go. The Cy-Hawk trophy hangs in the balance. Honestly, the Cy-Hawk trophy is the most prestigious SFA trophy, just under the Citrus Bowl and making the CFP and the Natty. Oh yeah, Connor from the SBA. Welcome in, welcome in. If you want to coach a team, you always can. Yeah, this is the most prestigious rival. No. Actually, Jarkus, sorry. The Battle of the Beak is the most prestigious rivalry trophy. This is second. I forgot about the Beak. How could I forget about the Beak? Here we go. Iowa and Iowa State. Jack Trice here in Iowa. Tails and kick for the Hawkeyes. All you gotta do is join the server and check out the job opening channel and pick an open team. You just gotta either DM me what team you want or post in the coaching portal channel. And quick strike for Iowa. Both teams haven't been playing their best so far this season. 2 interceptions. They're just throwing picks back to back. 17-14. Remember, Iowa State still has a very highly potent offense. Not as potent as recent years, but 17-14. Iowa, they take the lead with the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Dash Dixie. As we go to the fourth quarter, they're up 7 on the road. Can Iowa State respond? Yes, they do, but they missed the extra point! Another missed extra point here today. What is with these kickers? These college kickers pooping their pants. And now Iowa is up 8. Remember, we can jump in at the 2-minute mark here. So here we go. 2nd and 1 for Iowa. Across the 50, but they're now down 8. The throw dumps it off. It's a first down. Nice grab there by Anthony Burke, the fullback. Was their backup running back. Cleat Peppers not having the best day today. Oh man, Florida on the hot seat. 1st and 10, he floats it, and that's a catch for Kellen Schonert, the middle linebacker, who also plays tight end. The transfer from Nebraska. 2nd and 3. Iowa's defense kind of folding here. The toss to Dougie Mellons. Don't let him get the edge, and they don't. What a tackle in the open field. Freddie Yates. Remember, folks, Dougie Mellons, the freshman, has 99 speed. If he gets around Yates there, he is gone. 3rd and 7 for Cleat Peppers. The snap for Cleat. Dumps it off. Brooks tackles, and he goes down. 4th and 5. Game officially on the line for the Cyclones. Cyhawk on the line. 4th and 5. The handoff. It's a fake. Cleat Peppers has time. He yams it over the middle. Caught! Dropped! He dropped it! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Where's Ray J. Butler when you need him? Tavares Anthony put it on the turf. And all Iowa needs is a first down. The drop heard around the state of Iowa. Insanity. So a first down with Dash Dixie is all they need. Hand off to Dash. He spins and he gets the first. So it was a look-ahead spot for Iowa. They sacrificed themselves against the spoiler makers to take down Iowa State. And now the 4 time is back on the menu, folks. Last week we thought the run was over from Iowa, but now, oh baby, they are right back as the favorite in the Big Ten.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Let's go.
All right, 3rd and 15. Will they snap it? No, they won't. Yes, they will. They got to force a fumble, and they don't. Dash Dixie wins the game. Yes, I did not stutter there, Rick. The only team that could take down Iowa is the Wisconsin Baddies. You heard it here first. Stinky Minnesota? They'll make the Citrus Bowl. All right, folks. Iowa back on the menu. Top 10. Stinky Minnesota? No, thank you. Miguel Eller, my king. Illinois, you're going to lose. You literally have a bean as a mascot, buddy. The furry beans. All right, Connor. Houston, that's a great choice. Conference USA has some active coaches like Coach Phi and Coach Trevor Lee with the generational duo. You also have Coach Coco and McNasty. And Houston has made the playoff before, so it's a fun place to start. That's true, Rick. No one can take that away from you. Rick owns the Citrus Bowl. All right, here we go. We're just getting all the ESPN classics today. Shoemaker gets into the end zone. Pippen, Mellons had 2 of them. So it turns out when you lose Ray J. Butler and you lose the Greg Cooper, the running back, all you got is Dougie Mellons. So 191 and 3 touchdowns for Eller. Dash Dixie, 113 and 1 score. He'll probably fall out as the Heisman leader this week. Johnny Pippen, 80 yards and 2 scores. Let him cook. Daxton Gearhart, the SFA freshman, and Dunbar both get 2 TFLs. No sacks on the day, but they do get 2 interceptions. Lucius Dunbar gets a pick, the defensive end. All right. Let's go. Love a big boy pick. Forced fumble for Elton Hawk, and he recovered it. For Cleat Peppers, he threw his 2 picks today. Dougie Mellons carried the team on his back. Tavares Anthony, the critical drop to lose the game. On defense, 3 TFLs for Ryan Lilly, 1 sack, interception for Devin McYoink, 2 deflections, and the forced fumble. So we'll get on out of here. And as is tradition, before we finish the BearCave stream, we'll check out next week's slate. So Dougie Mellons, Johnny Pippen, Kareem Cook, Elton Hawk. So this is Iowa with the outright victory. Did I pay you guys out? Choose the outcome. Iowa +2. All right, so let's just make sure we simmed all the games. Game day coming up is USC and Notre Dame. This is Flame versus UE, a critical game. And that's coming up next. But week 5, what does week 5 have for us? Oh boy, undefeated clash. #1 Florida State taking on NC State. That may just be game day, Poppy, Showtime, and company. Oklahoma State, Iowa State. Oklahoma State still undefeated. The Baddies taking on Ohio State. Hello. Clemson and Georgia Tech. Clemson undefeated this year. Some great games down the pipe here. If we see Houston, I'll point it out. Penn State taking on the Spoiler Makers. No, not like this for Coach Dave. Dying to Purdue and Rutgers in back-to-back weeks would just kill me. Syracuse, not seeing any crazy good games here. Iowa, Indiana, let's go. That's a banger. Pittsburgh and West Virginia, the backyard brawl. All right, I like that. Notre Dame and Tulane. Mizzou and USC is a good one. Auburn, Duke. Texas, Colorado. Let's go see if we can see Texas's record. Or Houston, sorry. Houston is currently 2-1, Connor. All right, so that will do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I do have to go to the bathroom, and then I'll start up game day. So USC and Notre Dame coming up next.